podcast. Welcome, you weirdos. We are happy to see you again. Or
no, not.
Read your comments, whatever. Eel, are you having a problem?
Yes.
Problem progress?
I am very lost.
I'm sorry, what do you want us to do about it?
Suck my dick.
I'm sorry, Eel, I can't do that. So, how is everyone this lovely day?
Dicky.
Terrible.
I'm sorry. Bad day at work, Kaylee?
Yep, don't want to talk about it.
Okay. So, I have some stories.
Birch.
Birch?
Apparently.
As in birch tree?
Bitch.
Oh. I was about to say, why are we saying birch?
My ass. Why are we talking about my ass?
I don't know. Why are we talking about it? So, Eel, you said you had something short and stupid, and you know how we like short and stupid.
Yeah. This one's more about, like, lazy people. Really, really lazy people.
Oh, dear.
I don't understand why they did this. Hold on, let me get to a safe spot, 'cause I'm getting attacked by dredge for every fucking corner of my vision. Okay, so the other day, I was really hungry, and I didn't have no foods in the house. So I went out, and I felt like being cheap. So I went to McDonald's. I had to be fat for an hour. And the parking lot at this McDonald's is really relatively small. It's like 12 spaces. There's 2 right next to the store. And then like 10 feet away, there's like a line of vertical parking spots. Like, no, horizontal. They're kind of like weird looking.
Oh, your store is set up like my old one. Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever. And usually when you make the right into the parking lot, you can also go into the drive-thru. So it's one lane, and it's really busy all the time usually. But it was late at night, so it wasn't really that busy. And it was like Friday, I think? Yeah, it was Friday. And I pulled into the spot because I was turning into the store. So I just parked right out front, which is the first spot I saw. And behind me, there's those other spots. You know, I go in, I get my food, I eat in the store because I don't feel like going home right now. I'm bored. Heather's at work. So I go back out to the car, and out of my side view mirror, I see this minivan coming up, turning into the plaza where the store is located, and I'm in reverse, and he stopped, like, you know, expecting me to pull out. And when I didn't, you know, I waited for him because I wasn't really moving at the time. I was just drinking my soda. And he pulled into the spot right behind me, which is 10 feet away. Every other spot is empty. Well, except for the 2 spots next to me, which are right in front of the store. And the other 2 spots were handicapped. So I pull out, and I go all the way around, through the drive-thru, and back to the exit.
Please tell me he didn't.
Shut up.
No.
While I was going towards the exit, this person backed out of their spot and parked in the spot I just came out of, which was 5 feet away.
What? Why?
I was like, you really just waited for me to unpark when you could have parked right there, 10 feet away, and I was just like, my brain is full of so much fuck right now. I don't understand how late I didn't even get to see who was in the car. I didn't even have a chance to see them get out. I was just gone. I was like, oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. It's just that you have to walk, like 10 extra feet to get to the store, God forbid.
Right.
But they have to fat their way over there, Eel.
No, the thing is, they were parked perfectly fine in the spot behind me. And as soon as I was gone, they were like, whoop, and went in that spot that I was just parked in. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
People are lazy assholes.
They are.
He just sat there and waited to see what he did. Seriously, I was like, what the hell, really?
Speaking of stupid parking, the gym I go to, there's a bunch of parking spots, like, directly in front of the door. And I'm coming out from Zumba class, and I walk out the door, and I look straight ahead, because usually that's where my mother parks. And I'm looking, and there's this car, and it's looking weird, and I look more closely. They parked on the diagonal, taking up 2 parking spots. Okay, when I go to Zumba, it's peak time for that gym, and this person with their stupid 2000 Mustang is
They're
taking...
entitled, you know?
Apparently when you buy a Mustang, you get entitlement to park however you want, and no one gives a crap.
Same goes with newer Camaros. Even older Camaros. If you drive a Camaro, you're entitled.
And what's funny is, Mom, I commented to Mom about that, and she and I are kind of looking at it. She says, you know, I thought about parking, like, right next to them, uncomfortably close, so that they couldn't get out unless Mom moved. And she says, we could just sit here and tell them we're waiting for your father. And I was thinking, yeah, I could just sit here and text for a little while. That'll be fine.
Wendy, I'm being a baddie.
But then I was too hungry. So I have a job, which is fantastic.
Woo!
And I work at a hotel.
Baddie Wendy.
Oh, this hotel. So, Labor Day weekend.
Is a stupid bitch.
Surprise! I love my coworkers. We are a sitcom waiting to happen. So, my first day is Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
And we're busy. Like, we're getting full capacity, dangerously close. Like, as soon as we check out a room, we're filling a reservation for another room.
Wow.
Yeah. It's been one of those. And there was this fiasco in which someone booked more rooms than they thought, and it wasn't refundable, and they were kind of grousy about that, but that got sorted. So I get this call toward the middle of my shift, and this person, no, it wasn't even a call, they came to my desk that says, well, this room wasn't cleaned. And they're like, okay, I'm sorry, let's go check housekeeping notes. So my supervisor and I go back, she shows me where the housekeeping notes are that tells us everything going on with the hotel, with the cleaning staff. And we go to that room to see if it was cleaned or not, and it's got a D&D, do not disturb, and we're like, oh. And we went back to the thing, it says, well, according to the book, it said that it had a do not disturb sign. You figure out what you need for your room, like towels and stuff, and we'll have it ready for you when you just come back from dinner.
I'll bring our services, but you decide to be a dick.
Well, it gets better. So they leave and go to dinner, and we don't see them ever again.
Oh, fuck. I just aggroed the entire horde. God damn it.
Way to go, Eel. So, speaking of aggroing, so we don't see these people again. And a little later, we get a call, and the call said, well, my room isn't clean. I'm like, I'm sorry. And I asked what room they're in, even though I can see it on my little telephone. They said, well, this isn't clean. I said, I'll go check housekeeping notes. And it's that same room with the do not disturb sign on. And we explain it again. It's, well, there's a do not disturb sign on the door. And they interrupt me, and they're all like, well, it wasn't on the door. Your cleaning staff was probably just overwhelmed by the sheer volume, and my supervisor's also listening in, and she cuts in. She says, well, ma'am, I can only go by what we have. You figure out if you need towels, you let us know, and we'll get them together for you. You can stop by the desk and pick them up. And we're trying to convey this idea that they can get towels, and it'll be okay, and they're just crabbing on and on and on, and finally they just hang up on us.
Oh.
And we're kind of sitting there going, okay. And Judy points out, she says, they're probably just thinking, I was really rude to both desk girls. I wonder when they get off so I can call them and get some towels. Then I had this one lady call and asked, it says, well, do you have any rooms? Well, do you have any rooms available? I said, well, I've got all smoking rooms left, and we're getting down to like the expensive suite rooms that are like $180.
Oh my god. Oh, I just got S's all in my fucking keyboard.
Way to go.
That's the 8th time today.
Way to go, Eel. What did we learn?
Nothing.
Obviously not.
I can't even finish this. I can't even find my hashtag. Where is it?
So I have this lady call in, and I'm explaining to her. She says, well, do you have anything on the ground floor? I said, no, we are sold out of ground floor. She says, well, do you have an elevator? Now, our hotel was built in 94. Elevators were not required in 94. And I said, no, we just have stairs. She says, well, my mother's in a wheelchair. What do you want me to do? And I'm thinking, find another hotel? She said, you should have rooms on the ground floor available. And I'm thinking, it's Labor Day weekend. What more do you want from us?
Right.
Free sex on the beach.
I'd go for that.
Oh, I found it.
Eel's up for that too, apparently.
I love it.
But I am excited. I love my job, and I am excited to get more stories.
Give it another week.
Dude, I'm just excited to be working after 2 years of unemployment.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But moving on into gaming. Okay. Okay, so you guys have been really into Guild Wars, right?
To an extent.
Well,
What?
it's kind of politically based, but Iran is banning MMO games from their country. That was an appropriate reaction.
Sorry.
Particularly, they're banning Guild Wars.
Stop it.
Guild Wars and World of Warcraft, as well as RuneScape, Second Life,
Or RuneScape.
Doofus, Envoy, and Entropia. While I've not heard of the last three, the Ministry of Culture and Islamic Guidance is banning the games because it supports mythology, superstition, revealing clothing. But the weird thing is Blizzard doesn't allow downloads of its products or services in Iran. So,
What the fuck is this?
I don't know. I can't see it. I can't tell you what it is.
A bunch of assholes fighting each other.
Shut
Then
up.
I believe you just described what it was. So where's the confusion, Neil?
I don't understand why they're
Doesn't know
doing it.
why.
They're all enemies, and they're not even...
Hey, let them duke it out if they're killing each other. I wouldn't complain.
So I know a couple weeks ago we
Too.
talked about Facebook games are failing because it's pretty much all the same time management. You get to make a pretty graphic on a digital character or a digital farm or a digital city where you achieve something stupidly retarded.
Yep.
And I know we mentioned a ISP called Tencent from China, who not only bought League of Legends, but they also bought a nice-sized portion of Epic Games. They're currently releasing a pretty rad game with great graphics and a splash of Diablo 3 with a healthy addition of free-to-play. It's a mech game called Robot Rising. It's got real-time multiplayer and strategy.
Fucking Black Lion Trust, I hate you. Sorry.
It's okay. I know you don't hate us. At least that's the illusion we like to maintain.
They have, like, these... I don't know why, but there's these things called Black Lion Chests in these games, and they're always locked. And in order to get a key, which is an extremely rare drop...
So I guess you're fucked.
In order to get a key, you actually have to buy from the market. But you don't always have to. Sometimes you get a key drop, or you complete a mission, you get a drop. And sometimes when you unlock a chest, you get a key back, because you might get a key in there. I don't fucking know. But I have like 10 of them now, and I don't have a single fucking key. That's my 5-second rage. Bye. What next?
But yeah,
What are we talking about?
the game looks pretty interesting, and they decided to use the Facebook platform because it says it prevents people from having to sit with an update and a patch screen. So they can just get into the game whenever they want rather than...
I am on fire.
That's not healthy. Rather than to sit and wait like 2 hours for a patch to load. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this game will do really well because it looks good. Also, EA is officially for sale, and they're doing this really quietly.
Really?
2 private firms have approached them about purchasing. One of them is a major shareholder in Bethesda's parent company ZeniMax, who we know for the whole Scrolls business with Notch. But according to EA, things are still in the early days as their stock is now sitting at $13.09. But they're hoping that they're going to have a turnaround when the new generation of consoles come out from Sony and Microsoft.
Doubtful.
See, the problem is they're not fixing problems that's causing their sales to go down.
Nope.
Of course they're not. Why would they concentrate on that? They're just trying to brute force her, and that's not going to work in the long run.
No, and I remember reading a couple comments saying that EA is getting its just desserts for how many gaming studios they've run into the ground.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's karma biting them in the butt.
Yep.
Good news for PS3 owners coming to the PSN. Well, actually, last week, because this was on last week's notes. Coming to the PSN is going to be one of my all-time favorite games, Psychonauts.
Ooh.
It's being released as a PS2 classic. There's no word on pricing just yet, but people are betting it's going to be $9.99 like the rest of the PS2 classics. I'm actually having high hopes for the fact it's getting released on the PSN because it might open up a new generation of fans, which will add to the voice asking for a sequel to the game, because I don't know how many people have actually played it, but the end is so open, it leaves it, you could fit like 2 more games plugged into that. You really could.
Can you fit a whole black people party?
Yes. You could fit all 3 of
A
those.
bunch of racist monkeys? Oh my god!
Problem?
I'm stuck in a corner.
See, now
Isn't that Berta's job?
Yeah, generally that's my job, to be stuck in the corner. Stop that.
Killing.
For the iOS this fall, people are getting Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney in high definition. They're redoing the original 3DS games so you can pull them around with your iPod Touch or your iPhone. There's no pricing listed just yet, but apparently it's not going to be overpriced, which I'm surprised.
Really?
Yeah, because usually that sort of thing, they're gonna charge you like $10 for.
Right.
But
$10.
But they
Oh my god!
Hey, you know what? When you're poor, anything over $10 is expensive.
10.
Anything over $5 is expensive.
Actually, in my case,
10
anything
Big
over
Macs.
free is expensive.
I am invisible.
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 But there's also an everybody object mode where you can send GIFs and clips of the game in emails, texts, and tweets. So I can foresee people sending objection to each other constantly.
Well, of course.
And it's going to actually be really funny.
Really? Oh, whoa, hello.
Problem?
Yeah.
Level
Bunch of
99
pixel
problem?
elements appeared.
But speaking of
Oh
remakes...
my god, I'm going to die.
I'm sorry.
That's unfortunate.
But speaking of remakes, The Binding of Isaac is going to come out for the PC again, remade with new items, bosses, and a co-op mode.
Woo!
Which I'm actually really excited for the co-op mode, but I want to know... They said they're going to redo it rather than having it in Flash. They said the file is just massive.
Oh, man, why did they have to respawn like that?
Because reasons. But they said that the file is so big that they're going to have to rewrite it in a more efficient language, which I can understand. They're also going to expand itself onto the iOS and the Android, which the Android no longer supports Flash now. Did you hear about that, Kaylee?
I did not.
Yeah, they've
really.
decided that Flash is now the reason for crappy battery life and a lot of problems.
Well,
There's also talks of The Binding of Isaac going on our favorite device ever, the Ouya.
Yeah.
And all of this is a big win-win because A, it's a great dream for an indie game, and we all love the Ouya because the Ouya is awesome.
yes.
And speaking of and also with strange companies, we've got Ubisoft who's announcing that free-to-play may be in the future for their company. They're stating that there's a 93 to 95% piracy rate with their games, and it's just as effective to run free-to-play games with cash drops. They're also really confident in their piracy rates dropping once the new consoles come out. Again, not gonna happen.
Right.
The numbers seem a little bit high for piracy rates for their company to really stay afloat. I mean, 93 to 95%, that's high, and I think they might
That's
have
very high.
fudged their numbers to make it seem worse. But they're ignoring one major problem that everybody has with Ubisoft games, DRM.
Right.
If they stop making their games so hard to play, such as requiring a constant internet connection to run a game, maybe people would pirate their stuff less. That's only common sense.
Right.
They don't want to make anything easier for anybody else.
Oh, heavens
They just
no.
want to be able to put people in jail and get their money back from them.
Pretty much. Well, it was
On, you stupid...
Max Payne. I think if you had a pirated version of the game, you were immediately attacked by a pink scorpion monster that couldn't be killed.
Ha!
Which that makes me giggle because pink scorpion monster.
Sounds terrifying.
I would say. But again, there's all these companies that they have really good IPs, but they've just got the crappiest management. I don't know what goes on in their funny little brains that they think that this is all okay.
What brains?
Nothing.
Yeah, that is true.
How the fuck did I get insta-death? That's not even fucking fair.
Lag?
No, it's not lag. It's just bullshit.
I blame lag.
This
We
thing
also
managed to kill me.
I remember ages ago, before we had the podcast on YouTube, we talked about Steam Big Picture Mode. That ringing a bell?
Nope.
Not really.
Okay, Steam Big Picture mode, what it's going to do is it's going to reformat Steam to run on your TV.
You're fucking kidding me. Are you serious?
Yeah, they're reformatting...
I'm not even talking about that.
Oh.
I'm talking about this fucking stupid shit game.
Well, here I thought you were excited, and you're not.
That is a good idea, though.
Really not.
It really is. They said they're reformatting for the TVs, and they're going to set it up so they're able to use gamepads or the traditional PC gamer choice of mouse and keyboard. And we now have Steam Greenlight, which allows us to vote on the next game released. Which I've looked through there, and they've got some really interesting games coming out. Like, they had someone that is remade Slender with the Source engine.
And that's got to be fun.
Eel, have you played Slender?
Nope.
I don't think you have, Kaylee.
Nope.
Yeah, Slender is downright terrifying as it is, but could you imagine...
It's not really that scary. It's just jump scares and nervousness.
How do you know if you've never played?
I don't have to play it. I'm not interested in it. I don't feel like it's actually... I've watched all the stuff.
Because
Okay.
Eel watches all. And also mentioned in the article that I was reading, Gabe is bemoaning service calls on the rise due to Windows 8 machines.
Yep.
And I will tell you what I find hilarious is I was watching TV the other day, on the rare occurrence that I actually do watch TV. They had this computer commercial going on, and it's a pretty neat little HP machine. It's kind of like a MacBook. Their version
I can't do this by myself.
I'm sorry. It's kind of like the HP version of the MacBook Air. And at the end they said, a free Windows 8 upgrade, and I'm thinking, you can't give that stuff away.
All right.
Was
it the one with, like, it detaches into a tablet?
No, it's the one where it says it's one of the lightest notebooks out right now. Like a full-size laptop, but it's really light.
Oh, okay.
It's the one with the college students, and they're throwing people around. And
I didn't watch TV, so I'm going by what I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is either.
Okay. But anyways, yeah, they can't give Windows 8 away. And moving into tech news, there is this unusual report about the downside of improving password strength. While skeins of random numbers and letters may be the best way to secure an account, sometimes...
West Bay.
Shh. Kaylee. Shh. Roberta word gaffes all the time. This is not news. Not as good as yours a couple weeks ago.
Oh, fuck this stupid shit.
I'm sorry. Would you like a cookie?
No, shut up and just fucking continue, please.
Hot chocolate? But it says that sometimes these passwords make the account too secure, locking everyone out, including the user.
Right.
A recent study found that as many 82% of respondents to a survey had been locked out of at least one online account due to an overly complex password. 72% of them had no other options but to grit their teeth through the experience. 55% of those who had their password reset 3 times or more, considering leaving outright in the face of more stringent protection.
Or just, simplify your fucking password.
Yeah, or you can they've got LastPass, which you put a password into that and it scrambles your everything. It gives you like a 10-letter
That's fucking stupid
thing.
Right.
Yeah. Also, there's an issue of broadband connectivity in the United States. According to the FCC's recent reports, it says that 6% of all United States homes do not have access to broadband service provider reaching speeds of at least 4 megabytes per you know what I'm talking about, downstream. I'm looking at my notes and they don't make sense. I think I wrote them at 2 in the morning.
Probably.
But also the report, they seem to noticeably slack on the discussion of satellite broadband access, which often provides higher speeds, especially with current advancements from several providers. However, my problem is this. I live on the coast where we get storms off the coast, like these wonderful hurricanes and tropical storms. When the weather gets crappy, our satellite TV goes out.
It happens.
Bitch, attack. Are you fucking retarded?
Yes. But the problem is with satellite broadband, as soon as, like, the smallest inkling of bad weather comes out, you're going to lose your internet.
Right.
Whereas if you still have power and you still have internet with actual wires under the ground, I think it would be better just to improve the wires under the ground rather than to rely on satellites.
One day, when they smarten up, maybe.
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 And the reason why tech news is so short is pretty much anything anyone's been talking about for like the past 2.5 weeks is the stupid Apple-Samsung legal battle.
Yes, I know.
When they went to jury for the closing arguments were made by Tuesday, but projecting when the jury's response was quite unclear, but that was then, this is now. Apple wants damages of $2.5 billion for Samsung for copyright infringement as a permanent sales ban on both Samsung smartphones and Samsung tablets. Guess who won?
Apple.
Yeah, Apple did.
I was a little bit late there.
Yeah, I know, you're like, Apple!
Apple! Because I don't really give a fuck.
Well, the thing that annoys... I don't think they actually...
Oh my god, attack the one that's fucking dying, you stupid cunt.
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think they managed to get that permanent sales ban, but Apple is basically coming out saying that Samsung products are essentially the same as Apple.
Right.
And I think I saw a macro image of a Samsung Galaxy phone. It says, Apple says our products are just like ours, so buy ours with its extended marketplace. An abundance of free apps. And I'm just quietly snickering at that. I'm like, if that's a real advertisement, that would be great.
That would be.
Eel, if you die, are you going to pee?
I'm guessing she will.
Probably. I'm going to take that silence as a yes. Moving into weird news, because like I said, tech news was crap for the past couple weeks. I'm hoping that once all of this is done, it just gets out of the news forever and ever.
It won't. Apple's involved.
This is true. Stupid Apple. Anyways, weird news. In June, Michelle Richards, 33, was about to begin her sentence at Albany County Jail.
Okay, she's broken now.
I'm sorry. When guards discovered a hypodermic needle and several packets of heroin inside her vagina.
Wait, what?
A hypodermic needle and 7 packets of heroin inside her vagina.
Wow.
She had been arrested for possessing a needle
that
and
must
heroin.
have been uncomfortable as shit.
But this is the great thing. She had been arrested for possessing a needle and heroin in her bra.
So, next best play is put in your vagina.
Because
Great.
Why not? But her arrest came about a week after inmate Andrea whatever was caught at the very same jailhouse using the same hiding place to sneak in heroin and 256 prescription bills. And what's funny is her stash was discovered when the baggie holding it became dislodged and broke open on the floor. Suddenly, you pee pills.
Oh, boy.
Make yourself useful.
Stupid criminals. I love them.
Was she wearing, like, a skirt or a dress or some shit? Because if you're wearing pants, it wouldn't be that obvious.
It would kind of, like, come out of your...
Probably fucking
No
waddling
underwear.
or something.
Probably.
I couldn't imagine trying to do that. That would be uncomfortable.
Oh,
Very
my
uncomfortable.
god.
Also, you have bad luck when you swerve to hit a moose and end up hitting a bear instead. A man in Norway did that past couple weeks ago, and their conservationists currently searching for the injured bear. But I mean, how crappy of a day you have. You're just talking on the phone, and then, oh crap, a moose, and you swerve and you hit a bear.
Well, you shouldn't be talking on the phone.
Well, I don't know if he was on the phone. The article didn't say, but seriously, that is a bad day.
That is a bad day.
Also, on the topic of bad luck in cars, an 18-year-old girl hit a police cruiser while reaching into her fast food bag to retrieve the food, which caused her to run a flashing red light and hit the police cruiser.
Oh my god, I'm sick of this shit.
I'm sorry.
As soon as you think it's over, it just fucking
eat and
starts
drive.
Yeah. So she's
That'll be
currently...
the next law, just wait.
So she's currently being charged with failure to wear a seatbelt, impeding your
Seatbelt.
driving, and, of course, failure to yield for a traffic light. So you're just reaching in your bag going, hey, where's my burger? And then all of a sudden, bam, police cruiser.
Police cruiser. Of all cars to hit.
Oh. Also, in Finland, where when the weather gets nice, they like to celebrate with silliness and outdoor competitions. Finland is also home to Nokia, known as the world's strongest, most resilient phones. Whatever they make Nokia phones out of, they should just...
Titanium.
Kevlar. They make it out of Kevlar.
Do they seriously make it out of Kevlar?
No.
I was about to...
Just being sarcastic.
But, you know, they should use Nokia phones as Kevlar.
Seriously.
Suit made of Nokia phones.
But,
I'll never die.
Police vests.
Yeah, I need to make my in-game armor and Guild Wars 2 Nokia phones. This shit breaks way too often. Please no more after these ice Goliaths. What is that?
But in Finland, because it's home to...
It looks like a triangle, man. It's a colossus.
Are you drowning and all you
I'm
have
depressed
is this
now.
triangle?
A
It's
pyramid.
Kris Kringle, guys.
I'm sorry.
You know, it reminds me of something from Killing Floor.
Is that crazy Santa thing? Yeah, anyways, we're not talking about that. But anyways, back to Nokias. So in Finland, because they do silly things in outdoor competitions, they had a Nokia throwing contest. The winning toss ended up being 101.46 meters, and my guess is that phone survived and still works perfectly fine.
Probably.
And what's great is the person that won it, their only training, they said they practiced once while they were really drunk.
That's a long way to throw a phone. Throw anything.
Well, when you get mad.
And you don't have a cactus to swing.
You see, wow, these are mole rats with arms and legs, and they are walking like humans. They're ugly.
It's terrifying.
That is truly terrifying. And we have questions from a random Scott, which I've meant to send that to you, Kaylee.
I've got it.
Oh, do you?
You sent it like, I don't know,
A week ago. That's right.
25th.
Do you want to read us our glorious questions from a random Scott?
Suppose I could.
Okay.
Which, you know, he labeled this as your lord and master, which is fucking ridiculous. But anyway. So first question, why the fuck are phone OSs called stupid things like ice cream sandwich? Well, that's just Android, and that's actually a theme they've got going
it's
on.
all sweets and stuff.
Yeah, like gingerbread, honeycomb, ice cream
Jelly
sandwich.
bean.
Now they've got
Jelly bean.
jelly bean coming out.
I know Apple, it's just iOS whatever.
4.786 BGF orange.
BG.
Orange. Not even orange, just orange.
Orange.
And it's not the fruit, it's just the color. Or else they might be infringing on Android's copyright.
Orange, go fuck this place. I don't even want to be here no more.
Okay.
Okay, number 2.
No.
Now, with a little help... Fuck you. Now, with a little help from some HD mods, Fallout 3 is one of the most beautiful games ever made. While other games, in the cast's opinion, is very pretty. Before anyone says or thinks Skyrim, that was a dark and gloomy piece of shit.
Oh.
From what I saw, Skyrim actually looked really good, but...
Shut up, no Skyrim.
Apparently.
Wars 2 is really pretty.
What is it?
From what I've seen of it, it is really pretty.
I think my favorite, and
What is this really pretty game that I'm thinking of?
it's kind of pretty in a weird way, but Psychonauts has a level where you're in this sort of Spaniard's mind. I can't remember it, but it is the most beautiful level. It's like colorful paintings on black velvet, and it's actually really pretty. And
Assassin's Creed Revelations was really pretty.
yeah, that was. I saw some images for that. That was gorgeous.
Limbo was pretty in a dark sort of way.
Some parts of Soul Calibur 5 is really pretty. What other PC games am I thinking about that are really pretty?
Alice Madness Returns was gorgeous. And
Yes.
the attention to detail, like the hair thing, that just blew my mind. When I first noticed that, I'm like, holy crap.
Painkiller
Very
Redemption was
nice.
pretty.
I don't think I've seen screenshots for that.
I think it might
No, it's
have...
really pretty.
What?
Magica.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it is. Magicka is,
It is.
actually a really pretty game once you get past the random meteor storms.
And Vlad, who is not a vampire.
Clearly not a vampire.
He is most definitely not a vampire. I don't know where people get that shit from. He is definitely not a vampire.
He's just having
And
a
you're super
chat
like
with that Highlander.
Of course not.
Okay. Question
I'm
3.
gonna save that stupid asshole, but I guess not.
Oh,
Are you done? 2012 has been a fan-fucking-tastic year. What has the cast seen or wants to see that is worth hearing about? Shameless plugging aloud.
Avengers, and that's getting
I still want to see Avengers.
it's getting
Yay.
re-released into theaters.
Yes.
Resident Evil movie.
Wait, the new one?
Yes.
I heard that one was kind of silly.
It hasn't come out yet.
Oh, I'm thinking about the last one.
No, the new one comes out September. It comes out this month, I think. Wait, what am I thinking about?
I can't wait for the last Twilight. I'm like so excited.
I hope you die in a fire.
My sentiments exactly.
I
No,
really don't.
no,
give
no.
about
We have
Twilight.
to. We have to force her to read to do something even more terrible than that. She has to spend the rest of her life reading 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, fuck you.
And all of its sequels.
I tried it.
Oh, the terrible writing.
Honest to God, I tried it. I got to page 122, and I told my mom to get her ass here and pick it up, or I was going to burn it. She came over and picked it up.
Should have burned it.
I should have.
Whoops, fell into the
Shut
fire. No, it just.
I cannot do
Just kind of, spontaneously burst into flames. Really
Oh.
Okay. Number 4, Neil Armstrong died. That sucks. I wish he had said that NASA faked the moon landing on his deathbed just to fuck with the conspiracy theorists. That's not a question. That's
That's a statement.
yeah.
We'll work on this. But,
All right.
but you know, one of the things is I think was kind of neat is there was a blue moon on the day of his funeral.
Yeah.
And then someone posted this incredibly sad thing. It says, of course the moon is blue, his first friend died. And I'm like, why would you post something like that?
Oh.
I know! I felt bad reading it. I'm like... Anyways. Next.
Just like that.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh.
Okay. Number 5. Is there any game you'd kind of like remade?
Oh. What's it? It's probably Star Wars Republic Commando, but I would just say update the graphics a little bit. Because the controls were great. The controls were really tight. Everything was very well built. Just
it's tight.
Just the... that was really creepy.
That was very creepy.
But just to update the graphics, because everything was great about that game.
I think, let's see, there was Painkiller Resurrection, which was good. Mm-hmm. Redemption sucked balls. Like, I wasted $20 on it. Because at least with Resurrection, there was a storyline. There was a reason, you were doing all of this.
That
with
was a reason.
There was a reason.
There was a
but
reason.
Redemption, it was just, it's like...
Okay, here's a gun, go shoot things.
Yeah, it's like you're locked into a room, you kill a bunch of shit, and go to the next room, kill more shit. It's just like deathmatch after deathmatch, and it's fucking stupid. You completely lost the story.
What story? What's the story?
He was an
I
assassin.
fag it. No one cares.
Right.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Eel's
The
just...
story is actually really good. He's an assassin. He accidentally ended
That's
up killing...
interesting. I'm an assassin, too. Do you know what I do?
Would you shut the fuck up?
No.
We'll do it anyway.
No.
He ended up killing a busload of people he didn't mean to, and
I'm
he's
going
kind
to
of...
assassin a busload of people. And I'll mean to do it.
I'm done.
Yeah, my first assassin victory. I beat Kaylee.
What's our next
I am not
question,
greatest
Kaylee?
assassin. I am the greatest.
Kaylee, what's our next question?
Why does every film based on a game suck so hard?
Well, let's see here. The only good part of Doom...
Because you'll never make the fans happy.
Well, I don't know, the Silent Hill movies were kind of... Well, movie.
Crappy?
Yeah. But apparently the...
Well, the problem is if you rip directly off the game and you go through the whole thing, that's going to be one hell of a long movie. There's just certain things you can't cover.
Yeah.
That's A. B, if you do that exact thing, people are going to complain that it's very uninteresting and I've seen it before because most of them play the game or heard the game or watch the game on YouTube.
Yeah.
C, if you change it, the fans, the legions of fans are going to be really pissed off that you changed everything. and it doesn't deserve to be called Silent Hill or Resident Evil or whatever.
It
I
was
don't know
more
what other
like-
game movies there are.
It was more like Quiet Mountain.
You'll never win.
But
Win the movie.
no, the problem with the Silent Hill movie is they strayed way too far from the actual lore that it didn't make sense.
They tried to make it easy to understand, and it wasn't easy to understand.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
The Doom movie
But
wasn't
they're
too...
trying to make up for it with the new movie.
Which looks pretty decent. The Doom movie wasn't bad. I actually enjoyed that
I don't
one.
really remember the Doom movie.
I never watched it.
I know it had Dwayne Johnson in it.
Yeah. In, like, the...
But I couldn't smell what The Rock was cooking, so I didn't watch it.
And apparently there's a list of things he hates. Kaylee, do you want to read this in your most glorious I hate everything voice?
I do hate everything, especially since Eel's being a dick over here.
And you're surprised
Okay.
by this.
No, but I'm more irritated than I normally would be. Anyway, things he hates. Head admin of Moosh. What a fag nibble. That guy seriously is. Like, fuck that guy. Really.
Yeah, did our...
Who's the head admin?
Danny.
What's about him? He's an idiot. He doesn't know how to mod a server.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, he doesn't know how to manage it.
And also, I have a question about the Mooch server. Why is our house, like...
Because the asshole admin went through and I know they did a block replace at one point. And then they just went and raided all the faction houses. Like, just blew everything up. Which is why, like, 90% of our house is fucking missing.
Okay, that was an answer to my question. Continue.
Anyway. Call of Duty fanboys. Yeah, those guys can suck everybody's dick.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. Battlefield fanboys.
And
Well, the Call of
any...
Duty fanboys are like the 9-year-olds and the 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
The Battlefield 3 fanboys are like the 13-year-olds to the 17-year-olds.
And
They're
I
annoying.
don't think they're very... You can't really compare them. Because Call of Duty is like faggotry. Battlefield
It was
is just,
Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 is bullshit faggotry.
just not... I don't know.
I've played the game.
not
I know
as-
what's on there. They're all stupid.
anyways,
Anyone who gives a fuck about KD.
I have no idea what that is.
I don't either.
Is that kill to death ratio?
Oh! That might be it.
Best noise ever.
That dude who wrote Control-Alt-Delete. I actually love that person. That saved my ass on a few occasions.
Huh?
I have mixed feelings about him. There's some things I don't think he handles well, and his humor is kind of getting a little repetitive.
Wait, what are you talking about?
The guy,
The guy who Control-Alt-Delete.
I have no idea what you're talking about either.
it's a webcomic.
Oh, no wonder.
Ela's behind on times.
I don't care
I don't care.
about their shitty webcomics.
I was actually thinking, like, your keyboard Control-Delete.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
I love that guy. I don't know the webcomic.
Yeah, the webcomic, yeah, his jokes
Okay.
are repetitive, and there are just certain topics that he handled really poorly, and he gets mad at people for making fan art because it's not quality.
Oh,
And then some of the fan art's actually better than his.
Uh-huh. Anyways,
EA. EA. Cut your losses and get the fuck out.
yeah, pretty much.
Enough said. Apple hipsters.
Yep,
Yeah, there's nothing to add to that.
pretty much.
Linux script kitties.
Never dealt with them.
I have on a small scale, and some of them are really fucking idiotic. I'm gonna hack your box and blah, 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 and you're like, dude, you can't do shit. I'm sorry, you just can't. You might be able to script, like, a giant dick on the screen, but that's about it.
And that's usually removable.
Right. Microsoft in
You
general.
know, top off to people who can use Linux and actually do stuff, but people who can use Windows and even Macintosh to do that kind of stuff, they're even more ridiculous.
I
Right.
They'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Linux users have an easier way of doing it because that's what their system's based off of programming. Windows and Mac, not so much. So if you can mod that and do the same thing that Linux users do, kudos to you.
That is true.
Agreed.
Microsoft,
Microsoft in general.
I mean, they're giving us Windows 8, which we do not want.
Right.
We've got the biggest
Like,
do not want sign ever.
I want it. I want it. I want it so I can shit on it.
Resident Evil anything with random parentheses. Why is that there?
I don't know.
There's no open parentheses.
I think you just
This is terrible coding.
Oh my god. Kaylee, just read the next one.
Fuck those guys. Oh shit, I forgot Nintendo. Fuck you, Nintendo. Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of...
I haven't heard much from Nintendo nipples. I haven't heard much from the Nintendo scene in a while.
Neither have I. I think I was watching Vine Sauce, and I think it was Fred who was streaming. And he was talking about... Maybe it wasn't Fred. I don't remember. It might have been Joel. One or the other, but they were talking about Nintendo and how they tend to ignore their more hardcore crowd just because for the sake that they want to reach a broader audience, hoping that that'll make them money, whereas you've got the diehards and the hardcores that are going to give them money regardless. No, it wasn't Vine Sauce. It was Gaming Grumps.
Oh.
Aaron Hansen, a.k.a. Egoraptor, and JonTron.
We'll pretend like I know this.
They're funny sometimes, but I think just Aaron by himself is funny.
I think so.
When you combine him, they both become a little bit, they bounce off each other pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, some of them is just like, noises.
Although you have to admit that Aaron makes the best sounds. He does. He just makes noise, and it makes me laugh for some reason because of the things he can do with his voice.
Jump and shoot, man.
Jump and shoot, man. Ride on cars. But yes, our viewers should definitely check out Egoraptor because he's awesome. Also, he's getting married, too.
I don't give him no cares.
And now we slide into the weekly left. Which I found the best thing that I could potentially find.
Oh, God.
And I'm going to have to figure out how to add this in because it's a gift. Merry Christmas.
What the fuck?
I've seen that before.
Isn't that Katy Perry?
I think it's just Titty Perry.
At this point, yes.
It was the most weird thing I could find on Google Images. I'm like, that's weird. That's going right there. Because if Eel's already seen it, Kaylee's going to be weirded out by it.
Yeah, that's a little weird. I'm going to go away from that now. Going elsewhere.
Yeah. It's not really weird. Here.
Oh, dear. Bonus.
Bonus.
Okay.
Oh. That shit's terrifying.
Do not want.
What the hell? I would probably shit myself and then burn that.
I'm gonna close that now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go away.
Go ahead.
Thanks, Eel. I didn't want to sleep anyways.
Right?
Hopefully you didn't.
Anyways, that is our Wetcast for this week, and hopefully we will see you guys next week. Send us some questions, weird things you'd like us to look at, stuff you want us to talk about, because, hey, it helps me in my job making these show notes. And we wish you a wonderful evening, and try not to get blown
Burn
up.
a fire.
Or go read 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, God.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.